Hey.
Start your engines.
Yeah,
we are here.
Kevin James could be the show finisher today. Get everyone pumped up.
I will say, my food's getting delivered in like 5 minutes,
Chick-fil-A.
So I will go get that.
It's definitely Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
What'd
Wait
you
till
get?
Doc
Nuggets?
Rivens hears about this. You're lucky
I
it's
got
like in the
nuggets
middle
and
of
a
the night
sandwich.
in Australia.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, how about them Bucks yesterday? That was more
Pacers
fight than I think people expected.
Look at them go, man. I still think they're
Doc
done.
Rivers said it. Don't play with your meat.
I think
Did he say that?
I think he said that last year, like with the Sixers being up on Boston. There's a quote for it.
In the words of Cameron, pause.
Yeah, what a guy. That's quite the statement by Doc.
Could have just said food. Could have just said food.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Is anybody even in here yet? We're waiting on y'all. Hello.
We're here though. 5-minute timer at 1 p.m. They said, "I'm not watching."
Yeah, they said, "See you later." Celtics-Heat game 5 tonight. I was about to say as we're recording this, but we're live. So tonight, KP is out. Obviously, get a look to the rest of the team to step up, coming back after sweeping the Miami games, which is huge. Good for them. What are you looking for tonight, Bobby? What are you looking for from the Heat? What do you think is going to happen on both sides? And how do you think the Heat will adjust to trying to make life harder for the Celtics with no KP?
Shout out, Eli. Appreciate you recognizing my new digs that are totally real and not a virtual background. And when it comes to tonight, one of the comments I'm curious on is Caleb Martin saying, hey, they're playing me a lot tighter this year than a year ago. So he appreciates the Celtics putting some respect on his name, especially after game 2 and his performance in Boston the last time they were here. So what does Miami do to try and leverage that, much like they do a Bam dribble handoff or, whatever actions involving him screening to get other shooters open? Now, how do they leverage, okay, the Celtics don't want Caleb Martin. He has earned his way up the leaderboard of respect from the Celtics scouting report. So who gets open? Who gets better shots as a result? And do they capitalize from a Miami perspective is something I'm curious to see tonight.
If you're running plays for Caleb Martin, I don't know what to tell you. that is the we are dead screaming from Eric Spoelstra if I have ever seen it. Unless it's 2023 Eastern Conference Finals, Caleb Martin, then you are very, very justified to be running plays for him. This is going to be a really tough one for the Heat tonight. They're already starting in the hole. Jaime Jaquez, who has played very well in this series, has joined the injury report. Not good for them. Not ideal. Helps that Porzingis won't be there for Boston. But it really does feel like this should be the final game of this series. I know you guys are hoping so, as you do not feel like traveling again. But please take care of business, Celtics. The Celtics have been awful since the bubble in closeout game 5s at home, or even just game 5s at home in general. Last season, they did win in the conference finals game 5 against Miami. Game 5 against Philly. Loss. Ugly loss. Game 5 against Atlanta. Loss. Game 5 against Milwaukee. Loss in 2022. Those are the game 5s they've played at TD Garden since 2020. They have lost, 3 of 4? Not good. Not ideal.
Turn a new leaf. Miami. I don't want to go to Miami again, please. Please don't make me. Don't make me go down.
Consider our budgets.
Consider my exhaustion. Consider please.
Although having a designated 3 hours of flight time might do more for Jack's sleep than if he stays here.
It's true. Man, Celtics got to take care of business. The Heat, I don't think they're punting. I don't think the Heat would ever punt, but not even bringing Jimmy, Terry, or Jaime up here for game 5, I feel like is like,
We're cooked and we know it.
So it'd be really cool if the Celtics could just not play like idiots tonight, and get the job done, especially considering the Magic and Cavs look like it could potentially go the distance, as the Cavs won a close game last night. So please. You mentioned Adebayo
get hot tonight.
Yeah, right. That's the thing that's going to do it. You mentioned Bam Adebayo. or I think maybe we just recorded our pod. So if you didn't, then we did on the pod.
No, he
I did.
did.
The
You're
out of
good.
bio,
You're
okay.
good.
The out of bio Tyler Hero pick and roll is the thing I look at and say maybe you run Tillman instead of Cornette, but Cornette's clearly the better player, the better fit, at least right now for the Celtics. So I'm curious what the balance is there and whether or not, Bobby, you think Joe will run okay, I'll start with Cornette, but if it looks like we could use Tillman minutes, go to him, or do you think he'll just run a stagnant? We like Cornette, we're going to go with Cornette.
That it's putting too much stock in it, but the guy who got playing time already in the series is Cornette, not Tillman. And so I look at it and think there's a trust in Luke, including, by the way, Joe Mazzulla has voiced when it comes to calling out defensive coverages and kind of dictating what the Celtics are doing and even having the green light to call audibles. So the fact that he's been in this system and knows it so well and has that kind of free reign, the fact that he is their most impactful player on the offensive glass, and we know how much this team cares about the margins and winning on them. So I think Luke Cornette is just ahead of Xavier Tillman. There might be matchups where they favor the latter, and there's also going to be opportunities for Tillman with Kristaps Porzingis sidelined. But as far as who gets the first crack, I still expect it to be Cornette.
I'm with Bobby. I think Cornette is the safe option, as he seems to always just kind of be. I've said it to you guys a billion times. The beauty of him is you never notice him unless he's doing excellent and exceeding expectations. He's not like Nemius Queta, sorry, Rui, that you notice him sometimes because he's not playing great. Usually Cornette is steady at the very least. His ceiling or his floor is higher than a lot of these other options. And he's got the experience that he accumulated all season of playing with the core guys. He's spent a lot of time playing with Tatum and Brown and Holiday and White, and he's pretty good in the pick and roll. Derek White has shown that he has pretty solid chemistry with Cornette in that type of situation too. So it could be a little bit of a Porzingis pick and roll light, acknowledging the fact that he cannot, pop out, or they choose not to let him pop out. Probably could pop out and be okay at it, but he's not firing like Porzingis. I just think he's steady at everything. He's good at finishing. He's a solid defender. He doesn't do undisciplined things on the defensive end. And he's strong and he's physical and he boxes out really well. You're probably not going to see them give up 1 billion offensive rebounds because of Cornette.
I agree. I think it will be Cornette, and I think that's the smarter option. I don't know. I just think the switchability of Tillman could help you in the pick and roll, even though, Cornette was fine. It's just I'm curious to see how it plays out. But
if anything, that drop coverage leading to open shots could definitely be something that causes them to go away from Cornette in favor of Tillman. And just the fact that last year, how well he did guarding Anthony Davis in particular, like that deserves a lot of respect and consideration for how they manage minutes and pace Al Horford.
And then on the other end,
I have to say no to this. Continue.
No. Offensively, the Celtics' sort of release valve has been Porzingis this season. Do you think there's a world, or what's the likelihood, I should say, of them panicking when they don't have that release valve, Bobby? Or do you think they'll go to something else? And if so, what do you think it'll be?
They definitely shouldn't panic. Not against, I know that the Heat with the boogeyman history and all that, but not against this version of the Heat with a 3-1 lead on their home floor as far as tonight's game goes. And all the options they have, the veterans that many of these guys have been in the finals who will be on the floor in closing time. So they really should not panic and get tense and uncomfortable. But yeah, it does stink to not only lose Porzingis as a safety valve, but one of the most reliable forms of offense this season across the league is that Derek White and Kristaps Porzingis pick and roll. So you don't have that in your back pocket anymore. But there's still so many different ways that they can manage their offense and put points on the board, especially again against this Heat defense. So I don't think that should be something that causes them to ring the alarm.
Definitely not. You know what would be fantastic is if Joe sat them all down and made them watch Pacers-Bucks Game 5. Because that was a game that, we opened the show talking about it. The Pacers had no business losing that game. It's Chris Middleton and the boys. You should beat that team. And because they probably didn't go in with the mature mindset of taking it serious no matter who's out there. Came back to bite them, and they lost. Now they have to go play game 6, and then if they lose that, it gets really dangerous. They could end up choking a 3-1 lead. Celtics just don't even need to let the ball get rolling on that. Go out there, take care of your business, don't play with your meat, and finish it off. And they're not bad start. Terrible start. Starts with the equipment manager, NBA champion Giannis.
It's tough.
Jack told me about the unis a couple days ago, so we've just been waiting to see your reaction upon finding out.
I did have a tweet today, if you guys are interested. I did tweet.
I saw it. I saw it. Yeah, jerseys are wrong, unfortunately. Al Horford isn't a terrible release valve. He's not, but a release valve in the sense of Kristaps Porzingis is the most efficient post-up player in the last 10 years. Like that Al Horford's just not. And so when you don't have that, it's a significant thing. And that's going to be tough. Beatontown saying, I hope Nemish gets some minutes with his rebounding, the way he plays physical. Yes, but when you're being thrown, the Heat would just throw him into an Adebayo hero pick and roll every time down the floor, and he'd get beat. Like that is what would happen, unfortunately, right now with Nemish Queta. Not saying he can't be better eventually, but right now that is what would happen, and he would get completely torched, and you can't really afford that to happen. So, yeah. Let's see. Queta, yeah, I don't think Queta's playing. Tonight, game 5, Celtics chance to put it away. Sam, I'm wondering your level of PTSD after they lost the last game at home versus your level of confidence because this team has been good at home.
I was driving back from the gym today. I was thinking about that, actually. It's funny you mention it. Like, I don't like that I can't be like, game 5 at home, TD Garden's a fortress. They're going to take care of business. I do trust that they're going to win this game, but it's not because it's at home. It's just because they've shown us in 3 of the wins that they are going to go out there and stomp Miami. And, they should be able to take care of business. They've looked very comfortable as of late. They look great in game 4. There were sections of game 4 that I didn't love, but you still got good production from Derek White, which is always a bonus. Anytime you see him get confident, it's going to be helpful for you because he is another safety valve guy. As much as Derek White can be much more than a safety valve, at the very least, he will be that. He's going to be out there waiting for catch and shoot threes. He makes it more difficult for Miami to run zone on you because of how reliable he has been from 3. And it makes me feel okay. I don't feel great about Tatum and Brown, at least like the way they've shot in this series. I think they need to see more find the bottom of the net. They're too good to be shooting like 30-something% from the field. It's got to be better.
Yeah, Bobby. Are you a big home court advantage guy? Like, what's your thoughts? Are you not as big of it? Not as into it as Samar is.
Well, is so yeah. But to one of the points that Sam made, I think it's important that the Celtics, and they at least acknowledge this explicitly coming into this series, they can't look at it like TD Garden is a fortress. So the fact that the game is here means we're going to win, and they attribute some of those letdowns in the playoffs at home last year to having that mindset. We're at home, we're going to win, and the crowd will carry us. And so, yes, they dropped the ball in game 2, and the effort and the approach weren't at the level they needed to be. But having that mindset and actually carrying it out onto the parquet is crucial, especially as you get teams that are healthier and more formidable moving forward. I say that with the Eastern Conference Finals in mind in particular. And then should you match up with a team like the Nuggets in the finals if you get there. So, yeah, they need to come with that mindset of, hey, just because the game's at home and the crowd's going to be electric doesn't mean we're going to win this game. We have to actually go out and take care of business ourselves.
Yeah, they've been awful. I mean, the Bruins lost at home yesterday. Same spot, same exact spot. Won game 1, lost game 2, win 3 and 4 on the road. Everyone was saying Toronto's dead, then they lose at home. Different sports for sure. Also, wasn't Toronto without one of their guys, like one of their better
Austin
players?
Matthews.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Jaquez goes down, Austin Matthews goes down. Parallels are there. I also, this could be completely wrong. I saw somebody tweet that the Bruins should wear their away jerseys at home. Interesting. Don't know if they did, but even the thought of it probably cost them the game.
So someone not affiliated with the Bruins tweeting that's what did them in?
Yeah.
Got it.
People being excited about the jersey decision, looking at you, Timo. I feel like the black for the funeral thing never works. Is there
Never.
ever been like an NBA instance where either the guys show up all dressed in black or they wear black uniforms on purpose for this, that it actually works? I don't think so. The Celtics wore black in game 6 in 2022 against Miami and they lost.
I also think you look like a clown show if you wear that tonight. In the
I mean,
first
I
round
agree.
against
Any
a
game at
depleted Heat team.
Cole Swider masterclass, Rhode Island legend.
That'd be on the same level of when the Texans wore those varsity Letterman jackets to play the Patriots and they got smoked.
Timo, okay. You get a pass.
Yeah. You saying Tillman would do a better job guarding Bam, Jack? I think he could do a better job guarding the Bam hero pick and roll. I think Cornette would do a better job guarding Bam in the post. And so I think for that reason, you probably still run with Cornette because one, you trust him, and two, he's still going to be fine from that perspective. But I don't know. Bobby, while I go get my food, I'll pose the question to this for you guys. I'm not going to eat it now. I'm just going to grab it and bring it inside so it's not outside. What is... or who, I should say, sorry, you can tell I'm looking up trivia. Who are you looking to step up in Kristaps Porzingis' absence, not only tonight, but throughout the playoffs? Who's it got to be? Who should it be? And all that good stuff.
I think it's going to change from one night to the next. I mean, of course, Al Horford is now back in the closing lineup. I think there's some comfort, Sam, that he's been in that role the past 2 years, including on their finals run in 2022. And then obviously you need Tillman and Cornette to give you quality minutes off the bench. But as far as just, getting his production back, I think it's going to look different from one game to the next and definitely from this series to round 2, provided they punch their ticket to get there. So I look at it and say, some nights it's going to be Derek White exploding for 38 points. Other nights it's going to be, we need more from you, Jaylen Brown. Sometimes there's going to be a Jason Tatum masterclass mixed in there. So I think it's about the collective and then being able to really capitalize on what the defense is more acceptable of living with, as was the case like in game 4 against Tatum. You see how many bodies are making a concentrated effort to try and prevent him from getting downhill. So it lends itself to Derek White getting clean looks off the catch from 3, and he's knocking him down. It's going to look different from one game to the next, especially one series to the next. So I don't think it's one particular person as much as it's about the collective.
I think you're absolutely right. This is a team. The Celtics have played like a team all season. They have gotten step-up performances from probably just about everybody that's put the uniform on. I think that they have the right group to go out there and take on the extra work without Porzingis. If I had to point at one person, probably be Drew Holiday, oddly enough. I just think he has this veteran responsibility of having won a championship, being a good decision maker, and he also has like the weird cloud of the playoff history above him where he probably would like to shake that off. So it's a prime spot for him to step up big, start knocking down shots, and at the very least be the guy that plays the short roll and just dishes it out like a menace. He could do that. I do want to shout out Horford, though. I think Horford has been fantastic in this series, regardless if all of Bam's shots have found the bottom of the net or not. I do get a little bit excited about Cornette just because he has that length like Porzingis. So if he does have to defend Bam, he could disrupt everything in a similar fashion.
Bam struggled with the length for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like Bobby said, it's going to be a mix of everything. You really need the Jays to step up. They have not been very good this series. Like Tatum had the good game 1 with the playmaking, but in terms of scoring, like neither of these guys have really been great in this series. And it hasn't mattered because you've had Porzingis, you've had Derek White, you've had guys step up around them, and they've won with defense, which I do think is the most important. But I do think they need to come out strong, like Mike Mitchell says. So
some of those things are designed, though. Like Miami is by far throwing the most bodies at Tatum. Like I saw a couple great posts, some of them on Reddit, some on Twitter. They just highlight just screenshots of 3 guys on him multiple times. They are doing everything they can to make it so Tatum is not the one that beats them. Now, can you say that about Brown? Probably at times. When Tatum's on the bench, I'm sure he sees a ton of attention, but it's not the same level as Tatum. And I thought Jaylen got off to a decent start in game 4. He just kind of fell off a cliff and got over aggressive and got baited into playing stupid. But there was a stretch at the beginning of the game that I almost texted both of you and was like, going through the chest, Jalen is back. He looked good. Took on Tyler Hero. I think it's in there. I just think the discipline needs to be there from both of them. Tatum has done a very good job of distributing the ball. They said it on the broadcast. I had NBC Sports Boston on for Game 4 that he has created more assists to 3-point field goals than anybody else in the playoffs so far. That's big for the way the Celtics play. As for Jalen, it just does go back to the discipline. And sometimes when you don't have the look at the rim, it's okay to kick it out. We saw that from him as the season kind of started to enter the twilight. He can do it. Just time to lock in a little bit.
Yeah, and then something that we've all talked about at different points, and Jack actually just mentioned it, is it starts with defense. I'm all for the identity is that basketball, what happens on one end impacts what develops on the other. But for this team, they're just so much better when defense is at the forefront of that identity and setting the tone. And I said it the day after they lost Game 2 on here, that as long as they're not dramatically losing the battle from beyond the arc and the Heat aren't making a franchise record of threes and almost, the second most in a playoff game in NBA history, just too shy of the record. As long as that's not happening and there's some significant discrepancy there, then the Celtics should beat this team, especially with Jaquez out now on top of everything else. So I understand there's no Porzingis and there's some concerns about the Celtics on their home floor in Game 5 and the wrong unis, but still, I think if they come out and let defense be what fuels them throwing the first punch and sets the tone for them, that they'll be in good shape tonight.
Yeah, this is a big spot. I think this is a big spot for the Celtics. They need to prove exactly. They need to prove that they'll be fine without Kristaps Porzingis, which they have been all season, but it's you got to do it. Now it's time to actually do it. Anything else from this game that you wanted to go over, Bobby?
No, I think we're pretty good here.
It's trivia time already.
It's trivia time.
I want to bring this to the table.
I did see that.
What is it?
Unless it falls on you guys. You got to ask better questions, really get these guys thinking. It's time to go out there and dominate. And, it does. Some people say it starts with the equipment manager. I would agree, but others could say it starts with the media. You guys set the tone sometimes. You set the fire underneath these guys and really challenge them to try and prove you wrong. If you went it, maybe pregame, you guys just float it like, hey, Joe, if you guys lose tonight, we all have to pay to go to Miami. What if the players paid for us?
Yeah, there we go. That's the question to ask right there, and surely will be well received.
What you should do, because I know it's very difficult to stand up and ask that. Maybe you guys all type up a statement and slide it onto the podium, and several people sign.
No,
we'll mull it over.
I don't think they'd go for that.
Thanks for considering.
All right, trivia time. Question today, simple, easy.
Chad is off.
Chad off.
Chad is now officially off.
Best field goal percentage against Celtics in the playoffs since 2014. There's no minimum. There's no shot requirement. That's it. Period.
There's no minimums or shot. So you can go 1 for 1 and be atop the board.
Correct.
Wow.
And the way I'm going to do it is if I'm going to average it out. So I'm just going to add it all. Actually, I guess I could just add it all because then it's the same thing because I'll both be dividing by 5. So yeah.
This now becomes tough because I'm trying to think of the smallest sample
starts. Yeah. Bobby starts, but
we might need the Ducks right now.
The small sample size could kill you though too, because if they shot 0 for 2, you're cooked.
Yeah.
So do you want to play it safe and go for somebody you just think shoots pretty well?
This is the game, Jack.
Go for a heater or...
This is going to be a process.
This is a tough one because of that.
I'm getting my nuggets out.
That's why he came up with this.
It's chicken nuggets time, motherfuckers.
Buddy, it ain't chicken nuggets time. You got to help filibuster while we think. This is the worst time for the chicken nuggets. You should have asked a question and popped a couple.
Figure it out.
The nuggets will be the entertainment as we think of these, Sam.
I'll do a mukbang chat. Look, I got my Chick-fil-A.
Let the nuggets do the talking.
I at least wanted to drink. Did they not give me a straw? Oh, they did. I'm gonna be so mad. It is your first guess, Bobby.
I know, but it's just
This is a calculated move by me to punt the last one, so I didn't have to go first.
3D chess right there. I mean, rather than spending all day trying to come up with the guy who took and made one shot, I'm going to go with LeBron.
Okay, respect.
Probably a good guess.
Where did I put my stat muse? Hold, please. Where did it go? Wait. Wait. Okay, here it is. Let's see.
Good guess by Bobby as soon as Jack was getting ready to eat.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Right as that nugget came up.
52.5. And it's 52.5. It's all percentages, but I'm not going to
Just put LeBron up there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's not bad. I will guess Chris Middleton.
Good one.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay, it's doing the thing where it's rounding up, so I'm just
That's
gonna have
okay.
to do it at the end.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Does it do it in all of them? No, it's just okay. You're gone. How about now? You rat fuck. Okay.
I'm cursing today, Jack, on the Talking C's.
Oh shoot.
Oh, I thought you were going to do
I
another.
got it.
No, I forgot I was talking C's. Dang. Okay, if I do like, now does it work? Okay. We're getting somewhere. Come on.
Hey-o. Given his plus-minus rating the other day, I will go with Kyrie Irving.
Hold, please. I'm trying to.
Probably not a bad guess.
That's what we're hoping for, Sam.
All right, I fixed it. Okay, Kyrie, you said. That's crazy for a guard. That's
Right?
insane.
That is a crazy
I
percentage.
mean, for a player like him to have that high a plus-minus rating, felt like it made sense.
Caleb Martin.
Obviously,
Good
a
answer.
guess. We know it's like 43.6 or something from three, at least last year. Yeah,
Good answer. Good
pretty
answer.
Good base to work with. Good pull.
We can check my math after, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's correct. Andrew's nice all of a sudden after what happened to the Knicks last night. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm sad too.
You also just put a guess up accidentally. We should probably
That's a void guess.
Oh, no
if-
Ben
if-
Gordon.
Played
Yeah.
them
take that
after
off the table.
2014 Anyway, you're
Yeah,
safe.
no Ben Gordon. Yeah, he literally hasn't played the Celtics since 2014, so it doesn't matter.
I have an interesting guess in my back pocket.
Sorry, dude. No one's gone risky so far.
That'll be interesting.
Rui, to be honest, Rui asked why we're doing a question on a day like this question on a day like today. I just couldn't think of a question. I couldn't think
It's
of
a good
it.
question.
I should have done worse, I guess, but I figured this would be more fun.
We've done a lot of the worst lately, including the roundtable last night. So I like this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I should have done best field goal percentage by a Celtics player in the playoffs.
I'll take a chance on Steph Curry.
Alrighty.
Yes.
$48-2.
Sam, are you going Brett Favre right now? Is that what
I am.
I love? It.
Timofey Mozgov.
Oh my God, I can't handle this.
I need to spell his name right.
The last name is Mozgov.
Yes. 53.8.
Not bad.
Well done.
Is that correct?
do li-
Did I do that math right? I think I did the math right.
I do like that train of thought.
Should have saved it.
The knockout punch, Mozgov. I have one that's very risky. I don't know. I might just sit on it. It's so volatile. I think I'm just going to wait and hope Sam doesn't guess it and reap the reward. I will try Kyle Korver.
You know, that name did just pop into my head. I don't know if I was going to guess him next, but I thought about it. I was like, oh, that's actually not a bad guess. Maybe not.
I don't
Maybe
have
not a
like
terrible guess.
memories of him being great, but you know, you got a couple in there. Yeah, we'll see. That might have cooked me.
I'm going to go Paul Millsap.
I also consider him. That's going to be better.
Might not be. He might have just taken a lot of shots. Barely better.
All right, last guesses, fellas.
We need a big swing here. I'm going to ask a question to Jack. Sam, you get to determine whether or not you can answer this. Did you come up with this question with a particular person in mind?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
if it was yes, same.
That's a
everyone-
fun question. This is a very interesting question.
All right. I'm going to go with Giannis.
Good guess.
I hope so. I have two other names in mind that if Sam guesses and wins with, I mean, you're kind of like, it was very close coming down to this one to begin with, but
You
would
guessed
hate
like
to
the
say that.
one name that wouldn't fit on the screen with your face.
Giannis A, period.
Nah, we're just gonna rock. People know who it is. All right, so okay, this is math. Hold, please. $245.5.
I'll take it.
So Sam, you need
39.7 to tie.
yes. So don't mess it up.
I don't want to
Sam.
mess it up.
Go for one of those low volume people. See what happens.
Yeah, like the stream, like Eli says. What you got, Sam?
I'm flipping through right now. I apologize.
I mean, 40%, Sam. Come on.
Very tough. Very tough.
Is it?
I don't want to choke.
They have to shoot 40%.
I don't want to choke.
I
Telling
can
you
think
right
of a
now.
name that.
Hey,
Don't say
hey,
anything. Don't
hey,
say
hey.
anything.
Easy
Don't
over
say
there.
anything. Don't say anything. I'm just gonna guess Embiid. There's not a chance that
Okay.
man is 39% or lower.
You're playing with fire, but you still want. Oh my God! Of all the names, Jesus.
Just I was going
A
to
little bit of
guess
cushion there.
Robin Lopez, but I was afraid he like had a cold stretch. I
That
didn't
might have
know.
cost you. What's Rolo?
He cooked them in the first two games of that 2017 first round.
Sam, Jimmy Butler? Like, hello?
Eh, I thought of him, but I thought he probably missed like he's like a high volume guy.
40% though. He shot 40. I
Yeah.
guess he shot 44, but Robin Lopez was 65.4.
That was the right guess.
There were, for what it's worth, there are 5 people who's 100.
DeLon Wright is not one of them, but he probably was kind of high.
DeLon Wright 61.5.
Yeah, I thought of him.
What's Patty Mills?
46.7.
All right, here are the 2 names I was thinking about. One, what was Blake Griffin?
44.
Okay. And then what was Al Horford?
44.6. One of these was 2 days ago. Thomas Bryant came in, hit his only shot. 100%. 100%. Thomas Bryant, Jaden Springer, also 100%. Moses Moody, Elise Johnson, and Stanley Johnson. Other names that would have been good for you: Larry Nance Jr., 85.7.
Thought of him.
TJ McConnell, 73.1. Tyler Zeller, 80%. Tristan Thompson, 65.8.
Team was Zeller on.
Also, guys, why didn't y'all guess like centers? Like, why didn't you guys guess like big men?
Well, he
who
went
shoot the ball?
Mozgov.
Clint
And Millsap
Capella,
was big.
Nick Claxton, Paul, like centers. Kevin
thought of
Kevon
B-ball
Looney, like
B-ball
I don't
Paul
get
popped
why
in and out of my head.
centers- Like somebody said it in the chat too. They were like, I don't get why they're not guessing centers. Yeah. You guys guess like high volume wings. I was like, what is the play here?
You got to respect us for it.
Well, my like panic guess was Robin Lopez, but then I got shook, so I picked him B.
All right. Let's do daily bells and then we can head on out of here so I can eat.
Let's do it.
All right. Named Legatron, this man began his NFL career as a kicker for the Rams in 2012 to 19.
Greg Zerline.
I thought he was just Greg the Leg. I don't doubt it's the right answer.
2021, LeBron James got eliminated in the first round for the first time in his career.
Suns.
Yep. This NL franchise holds the record for Rookie of the Year winners ever with 18, including 5 in a row from 92 to 96.
It's gotta be.
No idea.
This is just like a throw out there thing. I feel like the Braves.
So I thought
I was going to say the Mets.
Don't you think it's harder for it to be the Braves because of how good they were? Unless maybe they had some crazy pipeline.
Maybe. Well, baseball's different than the NBA though. All they had to do was have a good farm system, and they call these guys up. Could be the Dodgers.
We can leave it and come back.
Always a good guess.
Jervy,
we'll
Oslo is the capital of what country? Oh,
Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah. It was one of the Nords. No, it's Sweden. No.
Might have been Finland.
No, I don't think it's Finland. Maybe it is. Shit.
RJ says
shoot.
Dodgers.
God.
James Corden is 1.
Is Vin Diesel?
No, he was the other night. I don't think it's him again.
Is that an earring?
Is it Bruce Willis?
Oh, maybe Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that is an earring, right?
Is it Bruce Willis?
I think it's not a bad guess. Go ahead.
It's a good guess.
Shoot. What gum or mint brand sells bubble tape variety?
Hubba Bubba. Right?
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Good boy, Sam.
This woman earned 7 Best Actress nominations and 2 wins for roles. Carmela Soprano. I don't know who played the Soprano lady.
Do you know this one, Bob?
I think it's Edie Falco. And thank you, Eli.
Nice. Nick Cannon played a musician, a college student with prodigal talent. This 2002 coming of age.
Drumline.
She'll only come out at night. She'll lean in the hungry type.
Man Eater. Wait, no, I might be wrong.
We've already lost 2 anyways. Good job.
That a boy?
Let's guess Dodgers here. I guess.
Yeah.
We had RJ. We had multiple
Huge.
people go to bat for it.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
Pete says this is Norway, which I think he's probably right. So we'll rock with
Just
Pete. Yeah, we
Let's
got
see
it on
who
the double dip.
Celebrity was.
Yeah.
A lot of people got that one.
James Corden. It was Vin Diesel again. They double dipped Vin
Hey.
Diesel. That's insane.
Are we sure that Vin Diesel was definitely one of the last answers?
He was last week. Yeah.
I think he was. Maybe they just like
crazy.
rotate like 5 people that are recognizable.
Well, damn. Vin Diesel. Okay. Cool. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, Bobby?
No, I think we hit on it all.
Sweet. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Check out Bobby's work at si.com/NBA/Celtics and all at same. Take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. We're coming at you with something new at 5 a.m., whether it's full pods Tuesday, Thursday, and one of the weekend days. Game recaps the morning after, other videos in between. We also have streams like these. Talking C's will be here tentatively Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Celtics the Roundtable around 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And we're live for pregame a half hour before. So come hang out. Hit the bell, leave a like. We'd appreciate it. You can find us on Spotify and Apple as well. If you follow us there, the pods and game recaps will go right into your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate it. Big thanks again to Bobby for hanging out with us. You can follow him on Twitter at Bobby Kravitsky. You can find him writing it up for Inside the Celtics, part of SI Media. You can find us via email if you want to write to us. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Send your thoughts on Game 5. Send your rat lists. We love to hear from you guys. So definitely reach out. You can find us on socials too at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook is just the name of the podcast. You can find our streams there and on YouTube and on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jack's Simone NBA. Bobby's is at Bobby Kravitsky. Mine is at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.